Hello students, welcome back to your science class. So students, in the previous class in this chapter, that is sound, we were talking about that of uh, the how the sound is produced in the human being. You see, the sound is produced in a human being as the vibration produced, and this vibration occur because of the vocal cords. Okay, so vocal cords are basically responsible for that. So there is a thin slit which is present in that of the vocal cord, and when the air passes through that of the thin slit, the slit starts vibrating. Slit starts vibrating, and due to which the sound is produced here. Okay, so basically the slit when vibrates, then the sound is produced, students. Okay, so here also we have understood that it is because of the vibration only the sound is produced. If there will be no vibration, no sound is also produced from the vocal cords, which is actually the part of the voice box or the larynx. So it is the larynx which is responsible for production of the sound box. Now here the question also that what is the medium by which the sound used to produced means used to travel. So we have seen the solid, liquid and the gases. All the mediums are required, or all the mediums are there. They are helpful in the propagation of the sound waves, in the propagation of that of the sound wave, and how it reaches to the ear. So basically our ear, which consisting of a canal, when it enters into the canal, an eardrum is there, which is the stretched membrane. It is strike to the surface of that, it starts vibrating, and this is how the sound is produced. Okay, now we will start with the we have seen here, we have seen that the ear, it should be protected, and we should not put any sharp or the pointed thing in that of the ear, because it will going to damage that of the eardrum. What is an eardrum, student? It is nothing but it is a kind of a stretched membrane, and when that of the sound waves, when strikes to this membrane, it starts vibrating. So that is what, that is how we are able to hear the sound, because of the vibration produced by it. Now moving on, and we will see the amplitude, time period and frequency. Right now I told you about that what is an amplitude, student? Amplitude and frequency, basically it help in explaining the sound waves, and the sound waves is what, is nothing but it's a longitudinal wave, right? So a longitudinal wave is there that will help in recognizing the amplitude as well as the frequency. Now, is it possible that we are able to differentiate between the sound of a two person, and on which basis we will going to differentiate it, student? And that is amplitude and frequency. So for that, if suppose if we will take a tumbler, a tumbler, glass tumbler, and strike with the help of a tablespoon gently at the brim of the tumbler, and then we will do the same thing with the help of a thermocol, and if we will bang it on it. Similarly, if you will suspend a small thermocol which is touching that of the rim of the tumbler, and then vibrate the tumbler by striking it, what is the thing that you will find here? You will find that there is a production of a vibration, and that vibration will produces because that vibration increases as we increases the force. So when we apply more force, then the vibration which will be produced, it will be also more. Okay, so we can compare the sound waves, students, by that of the vibration which is produced by it. Now you see here, that is, you can see here, that is the striking. If we will increases the force, then the vibration will produce more, and ultimately that will be increasing that of the sound also. So the increase in the sound is actually because of the increase in the force and the increase in the vibration. Now if you compare the sound of a baby with that of an adult, what is the difference that you will find it here? Basically, the difference that we find here, that if any two sounds are there and both of them are equally loud, they differ in many ways. Actually, they differ in what? They differ in on the basis of the shrillness, and also it depends upon the kind of the loudness that they have. So basically the shrillness is what? Like if you compare that, what is the voice of a small kid is different from that of the teacher. Okay, so why is it so, student? It is because of the different frequency. Now here the question arises that what is a frequency and how can we determine the shrillness or pitch of a sound? Actually, frequency is what? It is nothing but it is the determines the shrillness or the pitch of a sound. If the frequency of vibration is higher, we say that the sound is shrill and it is having the higher pitch also. And if the frequency of vibration is lower, then we will say that the sound has a lower pitch. Okay, so frequency basically decide the pitch of the sound. If the frequency is higher, you see here it is written the frequency of a vibration is higher, as we say the sound is shrill and has a higher pitch. And if the frequency of vibration is lower, we say that the sound has a lower pitch. For example, if we talk about a drum, so drum vibrate with a lower frequency. So therefore, if it is moving with the, if it is with the lower frequency, so it will produce the less sound. Okay, a less sound, or it will going to give the less pitch. Okay, so if the frequency of any of the object, the vibration, if the frequency is higher, then frequency of the vibration is higher, then the sound produced will, or the pitch of that sound is what? It will be more, and we can say that the sound will be more shrill. Therefore, it will going to produce the it will produces that of the higher pitch. Now see here, if we talk about that of the loudness, we have seen here one thing, that the loudness is what? It basically depend upon the amplitude. So if more will be the amplitude, the vibration will be large and the sound produced will be the loud. So now by this, students, you have understood here one thing, that is, if the loudness will be more, amplitude will be more. If the loudness will be less, the amplitude will be more. Or we can say when the amplitude of a sound is more, then the loudness is also more. And if the amplitude of a sound is less, then the sound produced will also be less. Now see here in the pitch, if we will look, like suppose if we talk about a whistle. So whistle is what? It is having a higher frequency, and therefore the sound which is produced by it will be of a higher pitch. Talking about a bird, so a bird is what? It is also a high pitch sound, whereas a loin is there, that will produce the low pitch roar. So by this you have understood here one thing, that a bird makes a high pitch sound and the loin makes a low pitch roar. However, when you listen to the roar of a lion is what? It is very loud. And while that of the sound of the bird is what? It is quite feeble. Okay, what does that mean? That one is having the higher frequency and other one is having the more loudness, right? So one is having the high pitch sound, other one is having the low pitch sound. Roar of a loin, that is of that is very loud, and that of the sound of the bird is what? It is quite feeble. It is less loud. Okay, so the pitch of the sound, it varies with the frequency. If the frequency is higher, the pitch will also be higher, and if the amplitude will be higher, then the loudness of the sound will also be higher. Okay, so this is how we can say that the frequency decides the pitch or the shrillness of the sound, while the amplitude will decide the loudness of the sound. Okay, now every day you hear the sound of the children and the adult. What is the difference that you find in the voice of a child or in the voice of the children or an adult? You will find that the children's, they are having the high frequency sound, while that of an adult, they are having the low frequency sound. Okay, although we know that the adults, they are more loud, their sound is what? More loud as compared to the children's, but the pitch of the sound is what? Higher in the case of children's. Their voice is more shrill as compared to the voice of the adults. So obviously the frequency of the children, the sound frequency of the children is what? It will be higher, and as compared to the frequency of an adult. Okay, frequency of the voice of an adult. Now see here. Similarly, if we will compare the voice of a woman and that of a man, so what do we find? That the voice of a woman is it is having a higher frequency and it is more shriller than that of a man. Okay, so women voice, it is having the higher frequency, so more shrillness will be there in the voice, while in case of a man frequency is what, that is lower one, it is not very shrill. Okay, so this is the difference that you will find in the frequency and the loudness. More will be the frequency, student, more will be the shrillness will be there, higher will be the pitch, more will be the amplitude, more will be the loudness of the sound will be there. Now let us move on and see the another thing, that is audible and inaudible sound. So we know that the vibrating body, audible means what? The sound which we are able to hear, that is called as an audible sound, and an inaudible sound is what? In which we are not able to hear anything, that is an inaudible sound. Now here there is a range in which, now the audible sound or the inaudible, there is actually a range, and if the sound is in between the range, that is an audible sound, and if the sound is not in that range, it is an inaudible sound. So the frequency which is higher than that of 20,000 vibration per second or 20 kilohertz, they are considered to be a not audible sound, or we called it as an inaudible sound. So we are not able to hear the sound if it is more than that of 20 kilohertz. Not only this, even we are not able to hear the sound which is less than that of 20 hertz. Okay, so that is the range, you can say, an audible range or audible range of an audible frequency in which a human ear can hear that. Okay, so this is the range of the audible frequency, 20 to 20,000 hertz. Even if we talk about this audible and inaudible range, okay, we are not able to hear the sound which is less than that of the 20 hertz and or more than that of a 20 kilohertz, but there are a lot of animals are there which can hear the sound of the frequency which is higher than that of a 20,000 hertz. Okay, dogs, they are having this ability. Even it is because of that the police, they uses the high frequency whistle which the dogs can hear, but the human cannot. Okay, so the ultrasound equipment also, it is also an investigating and in tracking method for medical problems, that will also work at a frequency which is higher than that of a 20 kilohertz. Okay, so we have seen here that the sound can be audible to many of the animals which is less than that of a 20 hertz or more than that of the 20 kilohertz, and according to that we have given name also to it. One is what? One is known as the infrasound, another is known as ultrasound. So if the sound is less than that of the 20 hertz, it is called as infrasound, and the sound which is more than that of a 20 kilohertz is called as ultrasound. Now see, okay, now if we talk about the difference between that of the noise and music, okay, both of them is a sound only, but what is the difference is there? Obviously one sound that you like it and the other sound that you really don't like it. So one is what? It is a kind of a pleasant voice that is pleasant, very soothing to your ear, which we called as a music, and one is what? Which is very unpleasant sound, or the sound which we do not want to listen, that is noise only. Okay, so one is pleasant to hear and other is not. So what are the different voices, or what are the different sounds which we do not like horn of the buses or the truck, or any construction work is going on. So that is what? That is a voice that we do not want to hear, that will create a very unpleasant sound, and thus it is called as a noise. Even in the classroom also, if the students all together they speaks, and so they will what, they will also going to produce, if the sound is really high and they all are talking, so we will say that yes, they are producing noise, because the sound, first of all you are not able to understand anything, so ultimately that is what, it is an unpleasant then. Okay, so this is we called as a noise. Now see here, on the other hand, if we talk about that of the sound of, which is produced from that of the musical instrument, musical sound is there, which is what, which is pleasing to that of the ear. Okay, it is very good to the ear. Now the sound which is produced by harmonium is what, it is a musical sound. The string of the sitar is their musical instrument, they used to produce a lot of a good sound. So string of the sitar, that will also gives out a music sound, but these are not very loud, so that's why they are what, they are very good. What will happen if suppose you see that many times even in the functions and celebrations, the people they uses a lot of a louder speaker, they will also produce this sound where the songs are going on. So that sound is what, whether it is a noise or a music. So you will say that that is not a music, but that is a sound which is a noise, because it is really very higher, and this will not going to give a very pleasant experience to us. That's why it is what, it is a noise rather than that musical sound. Now here we must know about that of a noise pollution also. So we are knowing about the air pollution, we are knowing about that of the water pollution. Okay, so what is the air pollution? Air pollution is the presence of unwanted gases and particle in air is called air pollution. Similarly, if we talk about the sound, students, so sound is what, in which unpleasant smell, unpleasant sound is there in that of the environment, that is also called as noise pollution. So presence of excessive or unwanted sound in the environment, that is the noise pollution. Okay. So there are a lot of noise pollution is caused, students. If we see here, what are the different causes by which the noise pollutions are produced? So sound of vehicles, explosion, which includes the bursting of cracker machine, loudspeaker is there. These all are what? These all are the different sources by which the unpleasant sound is coming, and that we called as a, they are the creators, or they are the sources of the noise pollution. Okay, television, transistor radio at a very high volume, even the kitchen appliances sometimes like mixer grinder is there, so that will also produces the high volume. So dessert cooler is there, air conditioner is there. These all are what, these all participate, these all contribute to that of the noise pollution. Now the question arises that what are the different reasons, what are the different harmful effects that we get from that of the noise pollution? So basically the noise pollution is responsible for causing the hypertension, it is also responsible for causing anxiety, and many more of a disorder or the health problem will occur because of the noise pollution. Okay, so if a person, if he or she is exposed to more of the noise pollution, the person can suffer from temporary or a permanent hearing impairment. So this is what, this is a kind of a harmful effect that can occur due to the noise pollution. Hypertension, lack of sleep, anxiety, high blood pressure, these all are the different noise pollution. Now measure to limit noise pollution. So there are a lot of different devices are there, transport vehicle, industrial machine are there, home appliances are there. These all are installed, and these must be installed in such a way so that it will going to limit that of the sound pollution. Use of automobile horn, it should be minimized. Noise producing industry, that should be set up in a different areas. Trees should be planted on the roads in order to absorb more amount of sound, unpleasant sound which is coming. Okay, so these are what, these are some of the methods by which we can reduce or we can reduce that of the noise pollution. Okay, the resident area should be away from any kind of a noisy operation which is going to be conducted or which used to conducted there. Okay, so this is about that of how we can reduce, or how we can, what are the different measures by which we can limit that of the noise pollution. Okay, then use of automobile, then it should be minimized. TV system, yes, music system should run at a low volume. This happens especially during the celebration. People, they used to use the loudspeaker that create a lot of noise pollution. Okay, trees are also must be planted in order to reduce the noise pollution. Okay.